Hello students, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to take your slab, your relief tile that has been drawn into, remember this is the reference image that I used, how to create different levels of heights or relief on your tile. Alright, let me show you now. Alright, a couple things you're going to need before we get started. Number one, you're definitely going to need this image, and if it's on your iPad, that's fine. Doesn't need to be printed out. You're going to need your clay tile that you've drawn into. I would recommend that when you're working at your seat, that you put your clay on one of these clay boards located right next to the sink. You're also going to need some ribbon tools. This is a ribbon tool. It's perfect for carving, and it comes in a variety of different sizes. So whatever size you need depending on how big or small the area is that you're carving. Okay? So let's take a look at our picture here. I asked you to get a landscape because they have clear foreground, middle grounds, and backgrounds. Okay? So in this particular image, my cactus is in the foreground. My mountains would be in the middle ground. Same with here, this is like middle ground, and this mountains are even pushed back into the further middle ground, and then my sky and my clouds would be my background. Okay, so I want to carve this so it makes sense. That means my cactus should be sticking up the most, my mountains and this land here will be carved back a little bit, and then the sky and the mountains will be carved back even more than everything else, so that I'm getting the progression that things go back into space. Okay, so starting with one of my ribbon tools, I'm just going to go ahead and start carving away. Okay? Your clay at this point is in the leather hard state. Okay? I took your tiles out of the damp box and I let them sit for a while until they became leather hard. Okay? Leather hard is when there's still moisture in the clay, and it's perfect for carving, but you would no longer want to join pieces to it. So if I wanted to add something to this, it's a little bit too hard at this point to do that, but I'm not adding to it, so it doesn't matter. Okay? Leather hard clay is perfect for carving because it's hard enough that the clay will keep its form and it won't just be all sloppy. Okay, you can see what's happening here. My cactus down here at the bottom, it's sticking out the most because it's in the foreground. And then I'm getting my mountains here. That would be right around this area where I'm getting my mountains. And then I'm carving the sky back all the way down so it's very thin. And then I'll probably just paint the clouds on. I'm not going to show the clouds in a dimension. They're just going to be painted into the sky when I glaze it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'm obviously not done yet. I'm going to continue to carve around my sky and over here on the side, but you're seeing that dimension form into my foreground, which is my cactus, my middle ground, which is down here, and my mountains, and then my background, which is my sky. Okay? You're going to notice that you're getting a lot of scrap clay here. All of these little tiny pieces of scrap clay can just get balled back up, thrown into the clay trash can when you're finished.